Howdy, Possum Patty here, and yeppers! I'm still working on my little golden book, Wonders of Nature, page about the frogs and the toads. Come on along. This book is so much fun. I love the cover. I love that it's about nature, and I am just playing with nature in here. Lots of nature stories, some memories, some journaling, and each page is completely different. But last night, I started a page with these very festive, I think they're frogs, they're pretty warty, dancing about with their bells on. And there's a pocket on this side, and what I wanted to do this morning was to make some journaling cards to talk about the baby toads that are hopping all over the yard and the new frog that I saw here at Soggy Bottom. So I'm going to go over to the other camera, and I did a little bit when I got up this morning. I didn't get very far, so I decided turn the camera on and get some company because it makes it so much more fun. Well, my idea was to make a journaling card and put down the Eastern American toad. The baby toads are hopping all over the yard. And to put down the wood frog because for the first time I saw one in the yard. And then I decided I wanted to write the story about kissing the toads and getting a wart on my lip. So now I had to do two journaling cards. So the first thing I did this morning was take this paper, which is in the background of the toads or dancing frogs, whatever they are. I had this little piece left over from making that the background. And I lined it with this paper. I think I got this in a pack of stuff at the flea market because look, this is the same thing. Focus. Same thing as this. So I said, well, that would be awesome. So now I have like a little folder, and all I'm going to do is cut out a little bit of the information about each of these frogs and write about having seen them in the yard and put that in there. And then I remembered, oh, somewhere there's a picture of a frog that I had cut off of a birthday card quite a while ago, probably 2 years ago. But I had seen it the other day floating around on the table here. So I went through, actually it was in here. I put it in my trashy bin of little tiny trash for my little tiny trashy journal, which I haven't worked on lately, but I will get back to that. That is sitting right there. And I'm like, well, that's so cute. And that goes along with the story I told yesterday, which is about, when I was like 11 or 12, I had a wart on my lip and my father took me to the doctor. And the first thing the doctor said to me was, you've got to stop kissing those frogs. They're not going to turn into princes, And toads don't really give you warts, but, it was funny. Gave me a vitamin B shot in the backside, vitamin B in the backside. And told my father I had to eat liver every day because I was deficient in vitamin B. And he didn't want to cauterize them. I know a lot of people get their warts like cauterized off, but he didn't want to do that because I guess because it was on my lip. But the vitamin B worked. I mean, they actually dried up and fell off. The warts. I think he was more of a holistic kind of doctor, even back in the day. That had to be like early 60s. Okay, this is a piece of graph paper I dyed with some elderberry ink spray. And I've noticed the elderberries were ripe the other day, and now they're almost all gone. I just can never get there before the birds do. I might take a walk later and see if there's any left on the tree that I can reach and pick a couple and make some more spray. I like the natural dyes. So I thought I would just make this into a tiny booklet. Maybe with just one page in. I'm watching Mr. Possum. He's out on the front porch. I don't know what he's doing. He's just making faces at me through the window. So I am going to do what? Maybe I'll sew that in after I glue down my pictures and do my journaling. It actually goes this way, doesn't it? These do have a direction. Yep, they do. This is the front. This is the front. Okay, so something on the front. Oh, I was going to put it this way. Although they have a direction that way, but I was going to put it this way because this is how it fits into the pocket. So I thought I might just do it this way. And this is off, says artwork by St. Jude Patient Amber. And I think this is off of the ice cream cone box, if I remember correctly. And then I have these awesome stamps from Globleland, and I will link this below. I'm doing a review on their products, and I want one of these fairies that's spreading magic, but he's looking this way, so I have to use a fairy that's looking this way. So this is an awesome collection of fairies with butterfly wings and dandelion. And there's a butterfly and a little tiny butterfly. And I'm going to get this open. So I think this one will fit there. If I put him down in the corner and have the fairy doing some magic on him like that, and put believe up here. I think that'll be a cute cover for my frog journal. I always love to add whimsy when I nature journal, and I love to add junk journaling when I nature journal too. And I have this other project over here I'm working on too, but maybe I should just kind of work on this one first. And then I'll tell you about the other one, because that's another major project too. So what I need to do is, all right, I'm going to save that for a few minutes and work on what I'm going to put here. So I need those frog pages. Okay. So it's going to go this way. This way, this way. So I think I want him on the first page because he matches. Not that anything has to match ever anywhere, but this is going to be too long for that. So I got to chop this up somehow. And I am going to habitat for the wood frog. Oh, this is about the leopard frog in the back, so we don't need that. I have not seen a leopard frog in the yard. I know I keep talking about frogs, 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 frogs. But I do enjoy seeing the critters in my yard. I don't care if they're snakes or frogs or salamanders, beautiful birds, butterflies, all the insects, the possum, the raccoon, the deer, the bobcat. Oh, speaking of bobcats, I got a journal about that. We saw a bobcat coming home from the beach the other day, crossing the road up on the hill. There's a big hill between us and Rhode Island where we go to the beach. So we're coming down the hill into what they call the last green valley. I need to journal about that too. And this little bobcat went jogging right across the road in front of us. Of course, I didn't get his picture. That was so quick. Okay, he's going to go down there. Don't need this. Yeah, so what I thought was going to be a quick journaling card is turned into two major projects here. Two little booklets. I'll show you the other one in a few minutes. These frog pages are from the booklet Reptiles and Amphibians of Pennsylvania. This is back when the fishing boat, okay, it's Pennsylvania Amphibians and Reptiles. Fishing boat used to publish a lot of stuff, and the Game Commission did too. I don't know if they do this anymore. You might have to get, you know, PDF online, because I don't think they publish paper things the way they used to. They might, but I know the Game Commission used to have all kinds of wildlife booklets they used to publish. And they really cut back on a lot of that stuff. Okay, Mr. Wood Frog. He's like the little bandit. He's got a black mask on. Maybe I'll leave a little space for journaling there. So when did I see this guy? Saw him in the yard. I think it was on Friday, so that'd be like August 19th. And it had been so very dry, very dry, very dry. Severe drought and hot. And I was out watering some plants when I came home from the beach. And maybe he was looking for some of that moisture where we're watering the plants. All right, what am I going to put on the next page? Let me make a decision here. So I did my little bit of journaling down here, watering the plants in the front yard after a day at the beach, saw our first wood frog. And that was August 19th. And I decided to include some information about the wood frog, how it's most active during the day, which means it's diurnal. You know, nocturnal night, diurnal during the day. It's more terrestrial than a lot of other frogs, so you know, it's out here living in the woods. And it can jump farther than many other frogs as well. And it has a dark mask that goes from its eyes back to behind its ears, or tympanic membranes. And then I wanted to put a stamp of one of the fairies to fill in this space. But when I tried it out, I can see that the ink goes through because this graph paper is very thin. So I just stamped it on a scrap like this. I cut one out and I'm going to put it here. I love these stamps. from Globleland. And it's a very thin paper, so I hope it stays down with this glue stick. It should. It should, it should, it should. So that just blends in there perfectly. On my elderberry dyed paper. Okay, now I think on this side I'm going to put the picture I printed out yesterday, because that's when I started this business yesterday, and I'm still working on it. The toad. It's a good thing Mr. Possum doesn't have to mow the lawn very often this time of year because of the drought. It gets very dry. Because these little things are everywhere. Okay, if I can't get this straight on graph paper, then, you know, something's wrong with that. Move the glue for a minute. Gonna do my little bit of journaling here. And this was Thursday, which was August 18th. Some people think they need something exciting to journal about. Well, I do find these things exciting, but, you know, slice open a watermelon, journal. Oh, I'm looking out the window. The hummingbirds on my coral honeysuckle vine. But it's too far out there to get a picture right now, if I could see him. Enjoying that after the heavy rains we had yesterday. And that's my clock. White-throated sparrow o'clock. Okay, I'm just going to write this time of year we have many tiny toads hopping about in the yard. I believe they are the American toad. American toad. And then that'll go up like this. I'm going to put his picture here and this over here on the back side. I need a little bit of glue. And then I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine and sew it. And this will be almost done. And then I have to do the wart story. Okay, I was just gluing my frog down. I pulled it up. I shouldn't have done that. And I was thinking, he's kind of small. I need something else on that page. And I have this fairy paper. I hate cutting in a circle. That says, "Have a magical day." I think this has to go on there. Because frogs and toads are quite magical. They grow from an egg into a tadpole in the water. And then they grow legs and crawl up on the land. Oh, that's kind of big. Let's see how I can fit this on here. See, you could add a little purple flower, and I'm like, oh, let's see. Oh, is this going to fit or what? I could trim it. I could trim it. I will get this all on here. Okay, we're going to do it like that. And I always put everything right down in the glue. And remember to turn the page. Turn the page, turn the page. Okay. Glue stick, glue stick. August is also a great month for butterflies. We've had so many spice bush swallowtails. I've never seen so many in one place. And then I'm thinking, do we have a spice bush? And I'm thinking, well, you know what? There was a bush that had the red berries, and I sort of ignored it. And maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe it is a spice bush. All right, so now that's something I need to be on the lookout. I don't know why I ignored it. I think I thought it was a like a honeysuckle or something. But I think they're out there. Okay, I know I already glued this once, but I pulled it up. So I've got to re-glue this toad. No, is this the toad or the frog? This is the toad. Okay, this is the little toad, the American toad. That's going to go right there, and I got black all over that. And the words. I might have to cut off his Latin name. Or maybe it'll just fit. Eastern American toad, Bufo americanus americanus. Americanus americanus. Oh, I could make this straighter, huh? Yes, that'll fit right there. I took this over to the machine and just sewed down the middle, like that. And I added a little bit of sparkly washi tape. Just happens to be sitting on the table. Whatever's sitting on the table gets used. That's why I hate putting stuff away. But I need to put some stuff away. This table is only so big. Well, anyway, so what I'm going to do is let this dry, not fold it, and work on the cover. And I was going to put the fairy stamp. Now, the fairy stamp, I used this one because it fit inside. I'll put it back here. And I wanted to use this one for the outside. Oh, that's right. She goes the other way. I'm sorry, because you got to turn it around. Duh. You know, the brain, she's broke. Not much I could do about that. And then when you turn it over, yes, 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 yes. You can tell I'm not a real scrapbooker, stamper, card maker. I just grab stamps every once in a while and use them. Alright, so the little frog looks very happy that he's going to be turned into a prince. What I need is a little tiny gold crown right there, don't I? Don't I? Alright, move the glue. Little Stinky Winky Woos is in here with me today. And sometimes she likes to talk. Hey, Stinky. Hey, Stinky. What you doing? What? Meow. Can you tell everybody meow? Come here. This is my fat cat, Stinky Winky Woos. Hello, isn't she gorgeous? Look at that face. Yeah, she's a calico. Hey, Stinky. What? Oh, she's coming back here. Oh, she wants to get up on my chair with me. Okay, I am going to put this right here. I know, I probably stamp all wrong. But you know what? I do everything the possum way. Everything the possum way. Aren't these stamps gorgeous though? I love whimsy in my nature journal. Love it, love it. And I'm going to put him down here. Put the word believe. I could put that straight. But then everything looks a little too straight. I'll put it at an angle. Forgot to do the angles here. I don't want to lose my little dandelion fluff. My little dandelion fluff. Okay, I'm not moving very fast today, but that's okay. I'm having fun, and I'm happy you're here with me. So after 3 inches of rain, it's very wet out there. But as soon as it dries up a little bit, maybe this afternoon, I'll go outside, check on things around the house, check my pumpkin patch. My buddy Dolores J. Rush, she's good at crowns, but I might just try to make one. I do have gold foil paper. I got in those Michaels specialty packs. That is going to fold there when that's all dry. Okay, so that's cute. Oh, crown, 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 crown. Okay, I knew I had some gold, some sparkly gold left over from another project. I didn't want to cut a full sheet. So this has got to be pretty small, and because his eyeballs are popping up. I might set it above his head a little bit. Well, I could even put a little jewel on there, couldn't I? Oh, I haven't done any sketching in quite a while. Right, one side is roundy and one side is straight. Now, how did that happen? Okay, let's see how this looks a little straighter. Okay, I think there are jewels still on the table here. Yes, there are. Handy dandy. I used almost all the little ones though. The green one's kind of big. There's a little pink one there. Another little pink one. Oh, there's a red one. I'm going to use the red one. I'm going to use that red one. Stinky was sleeping over by the sewing machine, and I had to disturb her when I went to sew this in. Okay, where'd the red one go? Okay, where's the little tiny red one? Up here. Stuck in my fingernail. Okay, let's move that up a little bit. Yeah. Yippers. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and show you what I'm doing with the other journaling card. Okay, this was dry enough to fold, and I turned off the camera and I stuck 2 more jewels on his crown, because what frog prince only has 1 jewel on his crown, right? So now he's got 3 jewels on his sparkly gold crown. I got the fairy doing some magic. Believe. Wood frog journaling. Toad journaling. And have a magical day. And this is going to go right here. Carefully, like that. But am I done? Oh no. I have to tell the story of the warts. So, now this is a tag that Crafter Deidre sent me. And this is what it looked like. It had a ribbon at the top, which I took off, and I'll explain why in a minute. It matches this ribbon down here. It has this little fairy on here. It says Fairy Dream, and I'm like, you know what? This tag is made out of 2 pieces of cardboard, and I carefully split it open because I saw somebody the other day had like a tag, but it was like a little booklet it opened up. And I'm thinking I could write my story in here. So I went ahead and lined the inside of the tag with these 2 papers, this fairy paper. This came in the same pack. And I think the colors match the outside of the tag perfectly. Oh, and I wrote Crafter Deidre down here, 22. So I remembered that she made this. And I'm going to make a page in here to tell my story. And I have some more dyed paper. Now this is not elderberry. I'm pretty sure this is a watercolor. But can I? Yeah. Oh, that'll fit in there. So I'm just going to cut this down so that it fits in there. Okay, here's my little Fairy Dream booklet by Crafter Deidre, which I turned into a little journaling story. When I was 11 or 12, a wart appeared on my lower lip. My father took me to the doctor's office. The first thing that the doctor said was, "You've got to stop kissing toads." Chuckle, well, just maybe I was searching for my one true prince. The doctor didn't want to burn off the wart because it was on my lip, so he gave me a vitamin B shot in the backside. I guess B is for backside, right? And told my father I had to eat liver every day. The wart did dry up and fall off. And little Titi just appeared, didn't she? I guess she was jealous Stinky Winky Woos was in here. Well, I'm going to finish this up, and I promise no more frog stories. Oh, I did do this wrong the first time on this paper, so I had to switch over to the elderberry dyed paper because I wrote this over too far, and when I sewed it, I couldn't read it. So I had to make adjustments. It's all about paper engineering, so I wanted to read both sides. And now she's just going to sit on the desk, isn't she? Right in front of my face so I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, because I had to sew this and rip it out and sew it again, I think I'm just going to put some tape right there. And hopefully she didn't get her tail in there. Oh, one more frog story. One more frog. Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it. All right, she's up on my shoulder, and I haven't cut her nails yet, so sorry if I scream. When my brother and I were young, we went frogging one day. We caught some frogs and brought them home in a bucket. And of course, Mom didn't want them in the house, so we put them in the storage room overnight. And my brother had caught a big bullfrog, and I only caught a small green frog. And we had them in the same bucket. And that was my first lesson in frogology, because when we went and got the bucket out in the morning, there was one very large happy bullfrog and no little green frogs. And man, those big bullfrogs, I guess they will eat anything. Anything, anything. So, this cat thinks she's a parrot. She's sitting on my shoulder. Oh, now she jumped off. I don't know what she wants. Well, it's lunchtime. I'm sure she wants a treat. I'm sure she wants a treat. Mr. Possum went outside. A man just came to give us an estimate on what it would cost to have all those dead trees cut down. Okay, I'm back to see if this is dry. I left it for quite a while. Did a whole bunch of other things. And let's see. I'm not sure this is going to work on here, but it might. It might. I think it'll be good enough. I think it will be good enough. There's a hole right there. Well, I think it's just going to wrinkle whenever I fold it up. It's just how it's going to be. Okay, fairy dream. There's my little story. And yay! After 2 days, this page is done. Just like that. So thanks for coming along today, and everybody happy junk journaling. Bye bye.